which means that this evening, with this speech, he will be competing his competent communicator, and he will be the third member of the club to have achieved a competent communicator status. The 10th speech is an inspirational speech, and the title of Kuruda's speech is In Pursuit of Happiness. Let's welcome Kuruda.
Logic is never good for a good speak. I think that mathematicians shouldn't be good speakers. But I'm obsessed with logic. I can't escape from logic. So this time I just want to inspire you, but I couldn't escape from using logic. So please do not down your heads or do not yawn while I'm speaking, because I'm trying to inspire you. Okay, so if you imagine the world's only living legendary scientist, what kind of person come into your mind? Let me show you the picture. This is Stephen Hawking. So you see him on the wheelchair, and he is paralyzed. So through my lifetime, I have seen hundreds of people who are begging just because they are blind. But I know also a person who made himself a distinguished author, a world-famous author, blind, by name of Helen Keller. So I showed you the picture of Stephen Hawking. Is the only legendary scientist, living legendary scientist, and he is paralyzed. He cannot walk. He cannot even speak this time. So, and I have seen people who are paralyzed and lying on the bed and waiting to die. So, why I'm giving you these two contrasting examples of the people, blind who are begging and blind who are distinguished author. Paralyzed person who is the only living legendary scientist, and paralyzed people who are waiting to die. Okay, to explain this, I brought a cup, and this cup is graduated cup. So you could measure it in ounce, in pence, in millimeters, in decimeters, in liter, any type. It's half cup of water. So these examples are used many times by many people. So if you ask people how to describe this cup of water, so some say it's half empty, another say it's half filled. The fact is it's only half cup of water. But the reality, my reality is changed. I may see it as a half empty, and some other person's reality is half filled. So fact is something different from reality. So fact, I say reality is half fact and half imagination. And this is very, very important to notice. So while giving these two examples of fact and distinguishing between the facts and reality, what is the importance of the reality in our life? So I told you that we can make reality, we can change the reality. We cannot change the fact, but we can change the reality. Helen Keller, while saying she wrote in her book that I know my world is dark, but I know how to overcome the darkness. So she just created a reality by herself. Her creating reality didn't change the fact. She didn't get two brand new eyes, and she couldn't see the external world, but she could change her reality. The same is true about Stephen Hawking. When he decided to explore the universe, he didn't cure his paralysis. He couldn't walk, he couldn't see. He couldn't walk and he couldn't start talking. But still, he could become a legendary scientist, a living legendary scientist. So I'm suggesting you to change your reality. And you may ask me, okay, if we can't change the facts, does changing reality really affects our life? So let's explore this point. We all know that we have a physical body and we have a mind. And it's nothing new. I'm not saying anything new. We all experience and you have heard this. But what's really important is the relationship between the physical mind, between the physical body and the mind. And it is here that most of the people are confused. So our physical body, it has needs that needs to be satisfied. When I get hungry, I go to eat food. And after eating food, my hunger gets satisfied. But I can't fill my stomach just by imagining. So when I eat food, I get satisfied. And this is also true for thirst, this is also true for tiresome, this is also true for shelter, for clothing, all this stuff that we are looking for. We are just satisfying our needs. So you may tell me, okay, we all know these things, we are not telling anything new. But I'm saying that people think that satisfying our needs is happiness. And I'm saying no, this is not happiness. When I eat a delicious food, I enjoy the food. This enjoyment is not happiness. If I drive a beautiful car, I may feel good, but it's not happiness. So what is happiness? Here comes the importance of creating reality. I say that in order to get happy, you need to train your mind. So how we should train our mind to get happy? While we have physical body and we every day try our hard to satisfy our needs, we suffer in this period. When we work, we may lose some parts of body, we get ill. We interact with people, we get bad responses, we get some cultural transmissions. So we suffer emotionally, we suffer psychologically, we suffer physically. While it's fine, we can't escape from this. And in order to get happy, we have to free ourselves from this suffering. You might think that, okay, this is the Buddhist concept. I think no, this is not the Buddhist concept. You cannot get happiness going to Himalayas. And you also don't get happiness going to to desert of Sinai, reading the Coelho Paulo's book. So how freedom from what? And how we should get freedom. So here is when we ask freedom, we hear a lot of things from the people. Politicians sell us equality. Yes, they have political slogans. Socialists say, if you get equality, everybody will get happy. And capitalists are free market economy. They say, okay, if you let people free, if let the people do free business, if let the people have their liberties, they will be happy. I would say, no, this is just the same thing that we already discussed. That it's just satisfying your needs. It's just the slogans are satisfying your need. You may get some enjoyment in between, but you don't get the happiness. And also religion sells some slogans to us. The religion say, okay, you suffered, but you will be rewarded in the coming life. It may be satisfactory, it may work for some people, but it's not happiness. You need something else beside this. So, to me, politics, economics, religious teachings, philosophers' thoughts, this will not give us happiness. They are all just telling us how to satisfy our needs. So, how we should get the happiness. I go back to the same example where I started, to the Stephen Hawking example, to Helen Keller example. In order to free yourself, you need to create reality for yourself. You can change the facts, but you have to create another reality. Instead of, if you get paralyzed, instead of waiting to die, you have to sit to explore your imagination. And if you get blind, instead of going begging, you have to go and to try to overcome the darkness. So I ask you to free yourself from the suffering, not through a Buddhist way, not through a religious way, not through some political motto, but by creating your own reality. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kurudat. In pursuit of happiness, take a moment and write some comments for Kurudat.